The store has moved. All the merch is now at store.ymhstudios.com.
I think to her, the body is like a sort of like a, you know, something that's supposed to be on a magazine image. That's it. That's what the bodies are for.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Tom
like
and I don't have magazine bodies. Maybe that's why. You and your wife have magazine
when
physiques.
it has biological function, like, no.
Maybe that's why you guys are sexier.
Maybe that's it. How about that? Hi, I'm Dr. Drew, and this is Dr. Drew After Dark. Please be advised that Dr. Drew After Dark may contain sexually oriented content and be unsuitable for young children. Hey everybody, welcome to Dr. After Dark. Our number for the voice messages, 818-253-1693, and of course send us those emails at drdrewafterdark@gmail.com. Of course, the great Christina P is with me.
Oh.
And we, as we promised, this week we're going to talk about bitches be hating.
Bitches.
Isn't that what we're talking about?
Yes, I talk about bitches be hating. And
why is that? My vagina's dry.
All right, I'll tell you. I think it boils down to sexual competitiveness. You're competing for the male population, at least when you're younger.
Well, so we're competing for females. Why don't we hate other males?
Because your status in society is higher. So we don't. So when you look at,
so you have to. We use overt aggression. You have to use passive aggression.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because you guys are still presidents and leaders and astronauts, and we're not in society equal, really. Yeah, it's moving there. I'm not saying we're not totally, but you understand, like the only power.
Has the hating gone down as women have gotten more involved in the mainstream?
Yeah, yes,
it has.
Yes.
Oh, that's
I've
good.
noticed it since I became a comedian in the last. You know, when I started 17 years ago, there were so few of us. And now I think, at least at the age that I'm at and the level, like I'm friends with all the female headliners.
I hear you guys when the doors are shut. You hate each other.
No, not ever. Not all of them.
I'm kidding.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Not all of them. Not all of them.
No, like the
I don't hate everyone.
No, the power bitches. You know, like Whitney. I love Whitney Cummings. I love Angela Johnson, Sarah Tiana.
Yeah.
Ali Wong and I are, you know, bros, and I think there's something.
I'm jealous. I want to get down. Ali Wong.
She's just the best.
Oh my God.
These are like amazing. But again, I think it comes with feeling that your power is from the world, not just sexual.
A friend of mine works for the improv organization, and one night we had nothing to do. We drove up to Oxnard to see Ali Wong. And I was like, I want to meet her. And I went back, and she's very nice, you know.
She's the best.
And she started asking about my kids or something, and I was telling them where they go to school, and she goes, "That's Chinese orgasm, right?"
Yeah, she loves talking about school.
Yes.
And yes, and she loves being cheap. She's very open about that. She hates spending money, but I think it comes from not having real power in society, and so you use your sexual power. Maybe that's the one form that you feel strongest. I don't know. I know that I'm afraid of some women because of the relationship I had with my mom. So I'm always kind of like, I don't trust you until I do trust you. And then I'm like, all right, we're good.
And what if she violated your trust? What would that look like? What kinds of
my
things?
mom?
No, other women. What do you worry about them doing?
Oh, I'm not.
Because with men, we worry about us killing each other. That's what we worry
right.
about.
Well,
we worry about violence, and that's all.
Well, that's the difference.
And then once we have it and survive it, then we're cool. We're good.
You fight with each other
and then we're
overtly,
good.
And then you're cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not like that with girl.
No, in fact,
yeah.
This is not a societal thing. Women, when they fight, never get over it.
That's true. Then you bitch her out.
They harbor resentments and never let go.
Yeah.
Men, we're playing ball an hour later.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I think too, that's an extroverted way of dealing with things, and I think women are more taught to be introverted, right? Society makes we value.
Well, I think more in terms of the environment of evolutionary adaptedness.
Oh,
right?
shit.
Right?
The
savannah.
I'd like to think more about the evolutionary of the secular.
The environment of evolutionary adaptedness, where we evolved.
I like that. Okay,
think
let's
more
think
about
that way.
Let's think less about society,
Talking about Darwin?
more about what we evolved to do best.
Well, look at that. I got my fucking glasses on too, Drew. Let's nerd down, bro.
Well, I like those.
Yeah, these are Chanel. Come on.
Of course. You are.
But I tell you why I can love a woman like your wife, right?
Yeah.
'Cause she's gorgeous. She's got perfect tits, and you know what I'm saying. And I don't feel threatened by her because I think those are also an age that women get, and you can appreciate the younger ones, and you go, you're gorgeous.
Yes.
I love you, but I love you as a mother.
Right. It's weird when you're in the same soup together, though. You don't feel that way at all.
When you're in your 20s,
Yeah.
it is bitch against bitch.
That's awful.
No, because you're competing for husbands.
And in fact, when it comes to sort of women that are more sexually aggressive,
that's me.
the men are fine with that. The men are quite cool with that.
Wait, what
but
do you mean,
it's-
sluts?
Yeah,
I wasn't a slut.
Let's
yeah.
not use that word, but
Yeah.
without shaming anybody, women that like casual
that
sex.
pursue men.
Yeah.
And have yeah.
See other women that come around to the men and say, "Stay away from her." Don't you know it? The men are like, "Yeah, I know. I hope I hope she'll choose me."
That is so true, and we don't like that because now she's taking up that real estate in our minds.
She's right, and creating a level like unfair. It's unfair.
It's unfair. Yeah. How come
play.
she's not even demanding the courtship?
Right.
She's kind of giving the milk away. She's not kind of. She is giving the milk away for free.
Right.
And now the good girls are kind of are punished. And I hear that now in this generation with the apps. The girls go, yeah, but those girls are giving it away for free. And what about the good girls? The good girls who aren't doing that stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm fucking old school. Like I'm just old school with all of this. I'm old school.
That Eastern European heritage. Here it comes again. Yeah, just say it with an accent. It sounds better.
I am, but I
This
believe
is it. You see
in
it. You see how we
I
are.
know.
It's a rational revolution,
But
ladies
this is
and
what
gentlemen.
my mother taught me. This old European principles
That?
of like, okay.
Thought your mom was crazy. You couldn't trust
was
anything
crazy.
she said.
When she was younger, she was more lucid, and she would say when I was like a little girl, she'd be like, you can do whatever you want, but don't tell anybody about it. Sexually, meaning fuck who you want.
I think she meant in all respects. That's sort of a communist era thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
I think she meant you took it to
Yeah.
mean sexual stuff.
Well, she did illegal stuff later. Yeah.
Illegal? What'd she do?
My stepdad was he's dead now too, but he was a criminal, and they did some stuff together.
Like
yeah.
what?
Well,
Can't talk about it. I mean, like laundering money stuff, like Ozarks level stuff,
a little bit of that stuff, just a little bit
or like hold up a bank.
Loans.
Yeah, not holding, but not like violent crime or anything. Just oh Jesus!
I
why
just
won't
think
you share?
he gave
They're both
loans.
dead. Why won't you?
I know they're both dead. It's just, I liked him. I like my stepdad.
Oh.
I think he
Did
was
he know he was being? Some people are sort of naive and they don't really realize they're breaking the law.
hilarious.
Okay,
No,
okay, he knew.
He was like this Indian guy. He came to America and he became a millionaire, and he was very savvy, and he would give out loans, and let's say if you couldn't pay back the loan, he would just take your house
He's a loan shark.
or stab your tires, shit like that.
Okay. So
Yeah.
He's almost. Did he have like a pawn shop or anything? Because that's pawn shops giving out
He
loans.
did
and
not.
stuff.
No.
Yeah.
So good.
It's good. Everyone. Hey.
What are we talking about? Bitches hating each other? Let's talk
yeah,
about that.
Yeah. Go back to 20-year-olds hating each other.
I think it is.
And by the way, it starts
younger.
at 12. It turns on. Wait do you see it in your kids' peers?
It does. It's funny, and I openly admit to having that competitiveness. I think with girls, when you're a girl, it starts. You're right. That pre-adolescence. Adolescence is a horror show.
Mm-hmm.
I went to an all-girls Catholic school, so that helped because there was no no one to compete over, and that was cool. Like then we were really cool with each other.
Huh.
And then by college, no, I had girlfriends, but
the screwball
it's tough.
males have no idea that you're, forget fighting over them, interested in them.
Yeah, what is that? You guys are so stupid. Why don't you know that?
We're just.
You don't know that we like you guys? We're taught not to be aggressive.
We have no idea.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
We would be shocked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, chicks are really.
And really well into our 20s, I say.
Wow.
Because everything seems hard and difficult, and you like guys, and you don't like me, that kind of thing. Men are used to being sort of turned down a lot.
Yes, that's what. See, this is going apropos our last discussion on the last episode. I think men are actually getting shit on. It's too hard to be a guy. Yeah. Listen, you guys are historically. Yes, you could work and make the money, but on the other hand, you have to work. Mm-hmm. You have to make the money, and if you don't, the baby starves. Mom has the choice in some situations to do either, stay home or
do it in sequence.
Right.
Time it. Do it differently.
Dad dies of a heart attack 10 years earlier, 15 years earlier than mom, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you guys are sent to war. You're supposed to step on the grenade. We don't have those expectations put on us. We're free to be softer.
So the point is that even if we look at, let's even take it the spectrum of gender fluidity across the gender spectrum, there are advantages and disadvantages. The differences work together. Let's put it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't like the idea of labeling everything down in this gender world so much. Like, some days I feel more masculine, some days I'm more feminine, as are you, I'm sure. It's like, do we have to label it down?
Sometimes I need a fistful of chiffon to make myself feel better.
Yeah, but this constant labeling and, I'm this, I'm
The
that.
labeling
It's like,
generally, we were, in my generation, we were against labeling. You can't
Right.
label me, man. You can't, but they're kind of doing that, but in a different way.
Yeah.
Rational. Be rational.
God damn it.
Be
Just
rational.
just fucking label yourself a human. Yeah. And also this incessant need for representation. I have to see myself on the screen to feel
I need a place at
kinship,
the table.
which is so interesting because when you look at somebody like me, I was born in 1976. I was told I could be a nurse.
Yeah.
I could be a secretary. I was raised like 100% not
Yeah.
now.
And my wife was told she could not go to college. Girls didn't go to college.
It wasn't even a fucking, or to be
Yeah.
a comedian, never. So I had to watch stories that were white male stories, Robin Hood or fucking whatever. Yeah, but I didn't care because I saw through, who cares if it's a white guy? We're still human and the lessons are still there.
Yeah.
Do you know?
Yes.
I don't know this need to be 100% like, that's me. Like, okay, did that really... Are there no Hungarian Americans on television? Am I underrepresented?
But if I could talk to your dad, there would be.
Give up on him. I have. Give up.
Good. There's
No,
so much
it's never
there.
Gonna happen. It's never going to happen. Sure, I'm telling you. He's
so
out of his
disappointed
fucking
in it.
mind.
Well, give me a little Zizek.
Zizek. Hey, I'm obsessed with this Slovenian philosopher, Zizek. Now, he's got a speech impediment. We can't play him, can we? Just a little bit? We're gonna get flat.
I got a lot of stuff to get to. Let's do a little primer. Point is,
What do you want to talk about?
he believes there's ideologies in everything.
Ideology.
There's sort of ideas and meaning in everything we do, but there's motivations behind it.
Libidinal,
Which I dig.
Lacanian
Yeah.
motivations, and we should see what those. We have to uncover those unconscious libidinal drives.
Yeah.
For instance, in
let's-
advertising,
Yeah.
go buy this fast car. The actual libidinal desire is reproduction, right?
Yeah.
You want to fuck.
Yes.
You can fuck better in this car.
Yes.
But go ahead. What were you going to say?
Well, that's what I was going to say. Is that? But I always caution. I think motivations are a much more interesting landscape than just sexual libido, and I think that's where Freud lost a lot of people. Is that he just focused on that one motivational system? And
He's a guy.
Yeah, I understand. And he was in Victorian Austria, where that
Right.
system was being so
Repressed.
repressed.
Yeah.
So that he was sort of uncovering something. Look at this. Whoa.
Yeah.
But there's aggressive systems. There's all kinds of interesting motivations that humans have. And you're right. And it does color everything. The reason I'm so interested in it, I worked in addiction, which is people whose motivations are broken. They're with all the usual motivations, reproduction, fighting, going to work, loving yourself, loving your spouse, all that shrinks and one motivation
one.
takes over.
How
Use.
does that happen?
That's the shell of the nucleus accumbens. There's a certain genetic change in that region in people that are genetically prone.
What? The shell
It's
of
the reward system of the medial forebrain bundle that sends information to everything else saying, do that. It's the survival system.
So the survival system just gets short-circuited.
Taken over.
And by addiction. And
It's
I think...
it's
and
the motivational system. Yeah.
And it's so frustrating because when I watch Celebrity Rehab, you're just so mad at that person because you're like, why can't you just stop doing what you're doing? You're hurting your whole family. Like, can't you see that this is torturing your children?
That's the Dr. Phil world where don't you see what's happened to your family? Oh, they know.
They do know.
They know.
They don't
either
care.
They care in the moments when they're not intoxicated and they feel terrible about it, but they can't not do it.
So which creates, I'm sure, a cycle of shame, right?
The shame which they move away from to using.
Yeah.
They move away from the shame by using. But more importantly, the part of their brain just says, do that again. Just nothing else matters. Just do that. Yes, you feel bad about it, but this matters infinitely more. Use. Wow. The best example is cocaine. Crack is the funniest example of all. Because every crack addict knows after they have one hit that feels good, and then every subsequent hit feels horrible. And worse and worse and worse until after a day of using, you're in a bathroom by yourself with a crack pipe, looking in the mirror, talking to the FBI through the mirror. You know you're going to be psychotic in 12 hours.
12 hours?
Well, 24 to 36 hours.
Using crack. That's how...
Crack, some people get psychotic very fast. But
worse than meth, would you say?
Much faster. But the meth psychoses come on very slow. and they're wild, and they're always focused on family, friends, coworkers, and neighbors. And with cocaine, they're always focused on uniformed officers.
Yes, you've mentioned
always,
this. One
always.
runs to the law, one runs away from the law.
Exactly right.
Well, I have an interesting story. I have a relative whose neighbor is using meth right now and being a complete menace to the world. And
meth is also the drug of violence.
They can't do anything about it. They call
Correct.
the police, and the police go, well, we can't take her to jail because the jails are full of we are not arresting people.
Correct.
So what can one do?
She will end up on the streets.
Oh,
She will end up homeless.
devastating.
That's what happens. That's all, everything you see on the streets. That's the story.
Yeah.
It's not, oh, she lost her job and then couldn't pay her.
No, it's not that. That's not the narrative with homelessness.
It's not how it works.
Yeah.
It's the laws don't allow the law enforcement to do anything with these people and do not allow people like me to treat them. We can't even get access to them.
I wanted to ask you, I know you've told me before, but please refresh my memory. Who is profiting off this homelessness? Why is this
real estate
happening?
developers and things, and really nobody. It's ideology.
Yeah.
In Sacramento, I've gone up there and accused them of being negligent murderers, and they're like, "You're move along. Who are you to say?"
Is it the woke ideology?
Yes. Well, it's not traditional woke. It's more liberal woke. Like, who are you to say, man? What do you want to force people into treatment, man?
Yeah.
They don't want to take their medicine. It's up to them. It's like you don't know what you're talking about, and you're allowing dozens of people to die every day in the streets in this fucking state. 4 more people die of overdoses every day in San Francisco compared to COVID. Which should we be paying attention to?
I know.
4 times the COVID deaths from drug overdoses in the city of San Francisco.
Yeah, I believe
And we
that.
shut the society down for the COVID deaths.
Yeah,
We're not doing
for
anything
I
for the
know.
drug addict.
Well, SF has always had a homeless problem. That's always
I
been
understand,
a
but
plague.
that number
They
should
don't know
bring
what
it
to do.
home for people how little we're doing for them. I know exactly what to do.
Tell me.
In fact, I told you I'm giving lectures about this. That's one of the things I'm giving lectures about.
What do
Exactly.
you tell me? Tell
I
me.
got a whole thing down in New Orleans last week. It's up on my website.
Go.
Yeah.
Can people watch it?
Yeah,
virtually.
Yeah, it's
drdrew.com.
healing NOLA or something. Healing. I think it's called.
Megan Kelly, love
look
her.
Look up just healing NOLA generally. Healing NOLA. Yeah, I think that's what they're called. Healing Minds. That's what it's called. That's it. Yeah, there it is, right there. The second one is me.
So people can hear you.
Yeah, to go off. No.
Good.
There, that one. Yep. We'll just go off on what we should be doing. We should be changing certain laws. We should be expanding conservatorship. We should be redeploying the definition of gravely disabled. We know exactly what to do. We know exactly what to do.
I know, but why
They
isn't
won't let us.
Why isn't it? It's someone's profiting. It has to be.
It's not just the profiting. It's the ACLU and these organizations that think they're helping people, and they're really killing people.
Yeah.
It's beyond. It's beyond. My thing constantly is, why are you doing this? Towards what end are you think you're getting here to protect people from, if they were demented and we didn't treat them, we'd be guilty of abuse.
Right.
But if you have the same symptom complex from a psychiatric illness, you can't touch them.
That's so true. And I was watching a woman in my neighborhood, a homeless person, as I was with my 2-year-old, having a full conversation with herself.
Yeah.
And she's a local. We see her around. Like, we're
she's
always
psychotic.
next to her. She's totally psychotic. And I'm like,
And
this
can be
is
treated.
horrible.
Could be treated and could work.
Yeah.
And pretty easily.
I know.
Like 3 or 4 months of residential treatment or assisted outpatient care. We know exactly what to do for these people. We have to be allowed to do it. Do you think they're happier running on the street talking? They are not.
Well, they're
Oh
cold
my
and
God.
they're out in the.
Trust me, when they get well, they're pissed that somebody allowed them to deteriorate like that. And the horrible thing with particularly schizophrenia is if you don't treat them early, they decay and they become irretrievable. It's very sad.
It's devastating.
Anyway, something called antisegnosia. Antisegnosia is what people get when they have a stroke, and like the left side of their body goes out, and they're not aware of it.
Ugh.
They lose the left side of the world even when you have antisegnosia. But you get antisegnosia from addiction and bipolar and schizophrenia and other brain conditions where you lose insight into what's happening to you. It's a feature of the disorder. So you resist treatment because you're in a paranoid state and you don't understand what's happening to you.
Well, I was watching her talk to herself again today, and I thought to myself, if this woman's arm were severed and she was bleeding on the bench, they would call the ambulance to come take her to a hospital.
Right.
But because this illness is inside of her
It's in the brain, yes.
people are like, "It's fine, just let her be." And it's like, well, that's not. She doesn't want to be outdoors.
If it were
you
her
guys.
heart or her pancreas, we would rush in.
Yeah,
it's
so
exactly right.
it's
But
so
because it's the
bizarre.
brain, it's no other country on earth pulls this shit.
Yeah. It's
Other countries
devastating.
take care of sick people.
I know.
And I'm not saying put them away. Assisted outpatient treatment.
Yeah.
All kinds of things we can do now. And somebody in this lecture started going, oh, come on, we're going to go back to the 1950s. And I go, no. The excess, that's why I'm reading a little bit about the history of psychiatry right now, because I lived the excesses of psychiatry. I worked in a psychiatric hospital from 1985 to 2010. And in 1985, I was still caring for patients that had horrible treatments from the 30s and 40s that were still in that hospital.
They were like lobotomizing people.
Singulotomies, lobotomies. They did crazy shit. I saw it. It was shocking as an internist. So I live in both worlds, psych and medicine, and I can see the shortcomings. So to this woman that goes, you want to go back to the 50s? I'm like, no, I know the excesses. I do not apologize for the excesses of psychiatry. Scientology has a point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that was almost 100 years ago, ladies and gentlemen. At very minimum, you're talking about 70 years ago, the 1950s, 70 years ago. It's different now. We know how to deal with these things. We didn't know how to do with heart attacks in 1950 either. And so stop it with the, do you want to go back to the 50s?
Yeah.
Of course
It's
not.
silly.
Of course not.
Silliness, I tell ya.
All right. Let's, speaking of silliness.
Silliness.
Let's do cleaning ear with a drill.
Oh, this one's cool. Tell
this
me if
does
you.
not sound cool to me.
Do you tell your patients to do
No.
this?
This sounds like oh no. He shouldn't be holding a drill, let alone pointing it towards his ear.
But look what he invented.
Oh, look at that.
Pretty good stuff.
Oh, he's got
Q-tip.
He's got purpose.
Drill. Watch.
Uh-oh. That is about an inch and okay.
Earwax.
Yeah, thank you, dude. So, never put a Q-tip in your ear. That's not what they're designed for. They're meant to be on the outside in the pinna, not in the canal.
I fucking say that.
Yes.
I said that on YMH.
Do you know what the leading cause of ruptured eardrum is in the country?
Drilling your ears.
Not just drilling, but using of Q-tip and puncturing your eardrum.
And what can happen?
Even
if you puncture your eardrum, what will happen? You'll go
you
deaf?
can go deaf. You can get otosclerosis and stuff. You get chronic infection in your ears if you don't know it. And all you're doing is pushing the wax into the eardrum with a Q-tip. So you got to take it out. Doctors can take it out. You can try Debrox to make it more.
So wait, how should we be cleaning our ears? Tell me specifically.
Shower. Put it like directly in, or an ear cleaning syringe.
Syringe.
There's specialized little bulbs and syringes that you can get at the pharmacy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that necessary? Do I have to do this?
No, probably not.
Right.
But for men, we produce a little more. Because I wear a stethoscope all the time, it pushes it all back in. So I have to do it like every year or something. So.
Wow. Does Susan help with that? Does she get to see?
No, of course not. She is not what you call. She is faint at heart when it comes to bodily function.
What a treat for her.
Yeah, blood draws, ears, anything.
Ugh.
She is not into it.
I shave my husband's back and neck.
Yeah, I don't
groom
think
him, pop his pimples.
No, that's not her deal.
Really?
I think to her the body is like something that's supposed to be on a magazine image. That's it. That's what the bodies are for.
Yeah.
It's
Tom and I don't have magazine bodies. Maybe that's why. You and your wife have magazine
when
physiques.
it has biological function, like
Maybe that's why you guys are sexier.
Maybe that's it. How about that? Man scared of needles. Speaking of blood draw.
Look at this guy. Have you had a patient like this before?
We'll see. I've had people. Is he gonna faint?
No.
He's gonna faint, right?
Ini apa? Apa itu?
I like the way this is on TikTok.
Nengoknya ke sana. Ih, bandel.
Oh my God.
Man, such a baby.
Wow,
What a
does he ever get the
bitch.
blood drawn?
Nengok
Well,
sana. Nah.
such a crybaby.
Eh.
Fucking pussy.
She took a.
Jangan goyang. Jangan goyang.
Oh, he's closing his mouth. I like the security guard. He's a security guard, right?
Yeah.
Why do they have a security guard in there
It's
with the
the
blood draw?
Philippines or some shit.
Oh my God. Well,
Isn't that great?
is that the end of it?
yeah.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Well, I've had people faint plenty of times.
Faint.
Sure.
Pussy.
I know, right?
Yeah, man, when you have a baby, they put tubes in you everywhere. Like, it's so...
Everywhere, yeah.
They
It's
just
so
shoving
cool.
shit in your arms. And then,
Yeah, you lose your dignity is gone after a delivery
Yeah.
of babies, is it not?
Yeah,
You're
don't...
shitting as the baby's coming
yeah,
out.
it's so horrible. Like, blood drag. Get your life, little baby boy. Little puss. Makes me mad.
Oh my goodness, let's hear a voice message.
Yeah.
Hi, my name is Jennifer, and I'm from Orange County, now in Texas for a while. That doesn't matter, but I have a neighbor where I live, and he's elderly, and we've been good friends for several years. Our houses are right behind each other.
Mm-hmm.
But lately I've been seeing him naked in his garage. Every time I go to work, and I don't know how to address the subject. I did tell him that's not, but he's leaving the garage door open, so it reminds you like walking to school and seeing that guy in the window. I'm not going to call the police because he's a friend, but how do I nip some butt? Thank you.
Wow. First of all, I got a little confused about what she was looking at. She said he leaves the garage door open, and I see him in the window.
Right. Well,
I mean, is he standing naked in his garage with the garage door lifted?
And I think through her window, her children
through her
can
window.
see.
Oh.
So that's
I mean,
the
that's pretty
issue.
screwed up, right?
Well, maybe he's old. She said he's elderly.
Oh.
So maybe he's unaware.
Oh, geez, that's quite an image.
I know. We used to have a neighbor who would walk out and get his mail shirtless, and he was disgusting and
Yeah, but
old
shirtless is not
and
naked.
fat.
He said naked.
No.
Right?
It
And
was
so-
troubling.
So I understand. But you okay now?
I'm just thinking about that guy, and he would shuffle all slow and stuff. I'm like, ugh.
I like the way you're like having a full flashback.
Yeah, I just saw him. I see him right now. Yeah.
Well, I would say if he's that behavior is a problem,
Yeah.
right? It means he's needing help. His mind is not working right. He's old enough either that he doesn't see properly or he doesn't think properly, and you've got to get social services in there. Do what's called a wellness check. In reality, do you know to not do it is considered elder abuse?
Oh, really?
Yeah, so if you see an older person, wandering, and it's weird again, we don't take care of the young schizophrenic, but the old person who's sort of having trouble functioning, you have to say something. I mean, I'm not sure. Physicians, we would get in trouble if we didn't do it. I don't know that the average public would get in trouble, but you need to do it when you see stuff like that. Just get somebody to call social services, you can call law enforcement for a wellness check, that kind of thing.
Oh, she's
Yeah.
like, I don't want to call the cops on him. I
Yeah,
don't
but
want him to
he doesn't
feel-
have to tell who it came from or anything.
That's true.
It's important to do it. I stop worrying so much about his delicate feelings and worry more about the fact that he could be face down somewhere and not having a means to call anybody. He needs that kind of. He needs the.
Yeah.
He needs the panic button on his chest. He's gonna need
I'm
some
falling,
things.
yeah.
Right.
He needs that.
stuff. He needs stuff.
Oh, I wonder if his boner is good though.
Of course, man.
Big old elderly bone.
Dude, what is wrong with your brain? Allergic to boyfriend's white. Recently, I found after I had sex with my boyfriend, I get an itching and burning in my vagina, sometimes even a whole
Damn.
yeast infection. Additionally, when he finishes on my chest, I get hives. I've seen that.
Really?
Heard of that. It seems that I'm allergic to his white. I don't want to be stingy, but I am allergic to dairy. Is it possible the milk product he eats could be causing this? Or could it be allergic to him no matter the diet? Piss on me, beat me. Yeah. How is RPC anyways? Because Piss on me, beat me. Is he okay?
I think so. Have we checked on him recently,
Tell him I need to have dinner with him.
Since the live show?
I'm going to be in New York soon.
I mean, no, I don't. We haven't really spoken since the live show. But if you want to connect with him when you're in New York, Drew, I could certainly help with that.
You should take him to dinner.
I'm quarantined there for a while.
Oh.
Yeah, but maybe
won't
that
care.
right afterwards I could take him.
Yeah,
I wanted to
take
be with
him.
Tom though. I wanted Tom to go with me.
Oh,
But
when are
I'll
you
take
going?
him.
You're going
Maybe
next week?
Paul can film the whole thing.
Oh my God.
Poor Paul.
When are you going? This week?
Yeah. Okay. So here's the deal.
Yeah, go ahead.
Some people get essentially, like if someone has semen on their skin, the skin will turn red in the exact outline of the semen, like it's some sort of allergic hypersensitivity reaction of some type. So that happens.
Jeez.
I've not seen that necessarily be associated with vaginal irritation and itching, but you can kind of see how they might be related.
Yeah.
The vast majority of time when women are complaining about vaginal itching from the man's semen or pain, It's because they're on a high-potency progesterone birth control pill, and they have a relatively de-estrogenized vaginal lining. It's just irritated. So if you're on one of these, progesterones,
they're the worst.
Talk to your doctor about that. We talked about this a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Doctors don't talk to their patients about the progesterones and what they do to them.
Yes.
But I'm allergic to my boyfriend's semen is the most common.
Well, it's on her
version of
chest.
it.
It's turning red.
Well, that's a different thing. I think it's a
Ew.
different thing. I think it's actually a different thing.
Is it an STD?
No.
Is it herpes?
It just no. 3 weeks after quitting weed, I've smoked every day for years. Last time I stopped, I don't recall having such crazy dreams every night. Didn't Rogan talk about having crazy dreams?
I don't. On pot or getting off
pot?
Yeah.
Now I wake up sweaty and I can recall all the dreams. I have no problem going to bed, but waking up a few times a night from the dreams, all of them are fairly strange. When will this stop? The biggest complaint that people have getting off pot is sleeplessness.
Is that right?
And that can go for up to 6 months, but typically 2 to 3 months. But it can go up to 6 months. So you might want to take some melatonin or some Benadryl or something. Try to help.
That's
you
just
with
your brain kicking it, getting off of it.
Sleeplessness is a common. If something is a down-regulating drug and you're on it for longer periods of time, your brain adjusts to that by up-regulating itself, and then you take the drug away, and now just the compensation is there.
Damn.
Make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nutty.
We'll take a little break so I can tell you about our friends at HelloFresh. That's right. They are pre-measured ingredients, mouth-watering recipes delivered right to your door with HelloFresh. They're America's #1 meal kit. And I'm telling you, the vegetables are crazy fresh. And I'm picky about the meats. And I was totally impressed. And the recipes are truly easy to follow, quick to make, simple steps, and there's pictures to guide you along the way. And there is something for everyone, including low-calorie, vegetarian, kid-friendly recipes. Whatever it is that you need to adjust your menu, they got it. HelloFresh delivers pre-portioned ingredients, so you're not overbuying. You're getting exactly the right amount. And, of course, overbuying is not just a burden on your wallet. It's a burden on the planet as well. HelloFresh donated over 2.5 million meals to charity in 2019, and this year they're stepping up food donations to local communities. And amid, of course, the coronavirus crisis, people's need for foods are at an all-time high. Listen, you can keep your fridge stocked by adding extra proteins or sides like garlic bread to your weekly order. I've had a little step up in the meats. As I said, I love their meats. And I've been totally impressed with them all the way along. So I want you to go to HelloFresh.com/DrDrew90. It's HELLO fresh, one word, HelloFresh.com/DrDrew90. And then use the code DrDrew90 for $90 off, including free shipping. Again, that is HelloFresh.com/DrDrew90, code DrDrew90. Next up is our friends at Stamps.com. The holidays are upon us. And you know what that means. That means lines at the post office. That means a lot of shipping demands. We're going to have to be running to the post office for postage. You don't need to do that anymore because you've got Stamps.com. Anything you can do at the post office, you can do with Stamps.com 24/7, just a few clicks. All the services of the U.S. Postal Service and UPS right to your computer. Stamps.com is a must-have for any business, whether you're a small office sending out invoices or an online seller, whatever it is, you simply use your computer to print U.S. postage 24/7 for any letter, any package, any class mail, anywhere you need to send it. And with Stamps.com, you get 5 cents off every first-class stamp, up to 40% off priority mail, and 62% off UPS shipping rates. It's a no-brainer. Save time, save money. It's no wonder over 900,000 small business already use Stamps.com. We were early adopters in our household. It's a great service. Don't spend a minute of your holiday season at the post office this year. Sign up for Stamps.com instead. There's no risk with my promo code Dr. Drew. That's it, just Dr. Drew, DRDREW. You get a special offer that includes a 4-week trial, plus postage and a digital scale, and no long-term commitments or contracts. Just go to Stamps.com, click on the microphone at the top of the homepage, type in DRDREW. Again, that is Stamps.com. Enter Dr. Drew, Stamps.com. Never go to the post office again. Now, time to go back to the show. Voice message.
Hey, Jeans. My name's Tim. I'm 28 years old. I'm a married guy, and I've got a problem. In the last few months, I've noticed that when I fart, it looks like a goddamn mudslide down there. Very wet farts. Now, I'm not sure what's going on. I have a very healthy diet.
No, you don't.
I'm not overweight by any means, and I'm not on any medication. But my wife is going to divorce me if my laundry keeps looking like Willy Wonka's Chocolate River. I'm not sure what's going on. Can you give me any insight? I'd really appreciate it.
I mean,
Thanks, mommies.
Why don't you say do a forensic thing of like what you ate? I mean, is it a
forensic?
Right, you go back
Do
and
a deep dive.
Yana, yeah, you like Shartlock. You got to go back and you see what you ate that produced the shark. For instance, there was many. I would eat pizza rev. I love pizza rev with the cauliflower crust, and I noticed.
Yeah.
I've sharted twice now.
Oh.
From pizza rev, so I've had to put the kibosh on that.
Interesting.
So you may want to look at what you're eating.
So yeah, and if you're taking any no medication, he said people.
Oh, meds will do
he
it.
Said,
the
sure.
sharding.
Oh yeah, or else it can loosen the strength of the anal. What did that doctor tell us?
Your butt stuff.
He said the sphincter is always on full down. What was it he said? I almost want to see that guy again. I was thinking about that guy since our last show because I was thinking. I'm sorry to say, I think I made the path for somebody like that by having a doctor on media talk about the shit we talk about.
Oh, right.
That he thought it was okay to go on TikTok and
There
do
he
this.
is.
Let's do this again.
Welcome to my butt stuff video part 2. This is crucial information. Again, if you're not over 18 or you're just not into butt stuff, please keep scrolling.
It's crucial.
Okay, guys, here's the good part.
Life-saving.
The anus is a circular muscle.
Yes.
It's circular.
At normal resting state, that muscle is super clenched.
Super clenched. That's what he called it.
Yeah,
That's all I wanted to do was a super clench.
Which one is this referring to? The anus?
Yeah, the anal verge.
The
Anus is technically the muscle.
So it's super clenched all the time, but we're unaware of it.
Correct.
How wonderful is that?
Yeah, nice.
So you have to breathe. He says, breathe and then lubricate a finger.
We never showed the baboons throwing the poo, did we?
No,
I
we
never
can
got
do
that. We'll have
that.
to do that too.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
But what was your...
So I was saying that I think I carved the path for that guy
This
to
is
be
your
able to
fault.
do his thing. So and it's your fault because this show probably made him feel like it was totally appropriate.
But you're still clinical about stuff.
I try to be.
Yeah.
So what was I trying to talk about?
What were we talking
These sharding.
Sharks.
So how about
right.
you try a little? This may or may not work, but I mean, if you may be too liquid for some reason, right? And you worry about your diet, and you can take things like some Imodium or something to try to firm things up. Also, a little bulk, like some Metamucil, some dozen or so Metamucil tablets, or 8 of them, something like that.
Jesus Christ. Are you serious?
Little
8?
capsules, yeah.
Just eat the crackers.
You can eat the crackers.
Those
too.
are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's different ways to do it. It's just the juice and the people don't like that. The powdered drink.
I don't like the drink. I like the crackers. The apple cinnamon ones are delightful if you need to bulk up your diet.
Right.
They feel like a treat.
I ruminate by our conversations all week
sure.
long.
Me too. Yeah.
And the fact that women are so preoccupied with being raped is something no men
understand.
know.
My husband does not understand this, that whenever I leave the house, I have to scan and make sure there's no crazies. And then if I, God forbid, park my car in an underground structure, that is a whole thing.
Now, is that a function of you being aware of how sexually driven men are and you just doing the math? Or have you actually had to fight people off enough times that you go, this is going to happen now to me?
So I hear what you're saying. It's in nature and nurture. So partially it's my mother driving it
What would
into me.
Zizek say?
See, Zizek, this is ideology. It's ideology. It's partially your training as a woman that the world is full of predators and rapists and you must be on your guard. And then it's also, I've seen a lot of creepy shit. I've seen dudes masturbating in public a lot.
But they never laid a hand on you.
Attacked me? Not yet. I've just been attacked like one time I was walking under an underpass by Tarzana Park, actually, and a guy walked towards me under the tunnel and then whipped his dick out and started masturbating at me. So that's enough of a fucking attack in my world.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I
yeah.
ran out the tunnel and I was terrified.
Because did you figure the next move is he's gonna
fuck
jump?
Yeah, of course. I mean,
those guys
scary.
don't tend to do that. Just
no,
FYI,
they just want you to see what they're doing and get the shock.
You know,
value,
it's
the
right.
reaction.
They get off on that. But it's funny. Adam Carolla has a whole skit about this where he goes, "Look, rape is a violent crime. It is not a sexual crime. It is a crime of violence. A crime of violence, no different than if you jumped over the counter, pistol whipped the guy. It's a crime of violence." You have to come. But it's like pistol whipping. We come on the guy, and it's otherwise not violent only.
Yeah, and then come.
And then you come.
That's so true. Like how I guess the violence is so exciting for them that they can.
I think it is violent. No, don't get me wrong, but I think they'll sort of accept the violence if they get the sex. Kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
What a nice topic.
Yeah.
Thanks,
I know.
Dr. Drew.
But isn't it interesting though that every woman is worried about that and men have no idea that's going on?
No. Well, Tom says that when he walks into a room, I think men size each other up and go, I can take that guy down. I can take that guy down. So that's something women don't go. I can take her down.
But we do it in a very light way. It's not like we're checking, worrying. We just are sort of just do a little. Well,
I would
awareness.
say that my awareness check.
Yeah.
Like, remember that movie, Matt Damon? What's the one where he's the agent?
Oh yeah,
CIA.
the
Born Identity.
Born Identity.
Yeah.
Remember that scene where he takes Lola from Run Lola Run, and they're in the cafe, and he's like, I've already scoped the door. I know all the exits.
Yes,
I know
yes.
it. That's kind of what I do. And I don't know
Yes.
if that's my hypervigilance from childhood stuff.
Yes.
Or like what I've been raised to protect myself against. Like,
But again,
dudes, crazy dudes,
Yeah.
dudes are going to kill me. Dudes are going to rape me.
and
dudes.
how old are you when that starts?
The minute I was like free to walk around in my apartment complex, like 6 or 7, my mother would be like, don't talk to strangers. You have to come home when the lights
But don't
come
talk
on.
to strangers. How does that go to I'm going to get raped?
Oh, no, that's later.
When does that start?
12, when you start to get
Right.
development and people start harassing you. Like I
Again-
would have dudes whistling and catcalling me when I was 12.
Okay, so
It sucks.
but you barely have an understanding of men's excessive.
You don't even know.
Yeah.
You don't
just
even
know
they're
they're sort of being weirdly provocative.
Too much attention, too young. It starts very young.
So I wonder if that's it.
Yeah,
that
because
it
you're just like,
traumatizes you when you're 12 and just keeps you vigilant. I think that makes more
Yeah.
sense to me.
Yeah.
Above, because it's like all women have this.
Yeah,
And
and I can
so-
smell a creeper a mile away. Like, ooh, that guy's a fucking bad news.
Show me a creeper.
You want?
Let's see a
I can
TikTok.
name a few. I used to work. Oh, okay, no.
Oh.
One that worked at the Funny Bone.
Is there a TikTok creeper?
Informed Juggalo says, hey, Tom Segura, invite me on the podcast so I can try it out with you and Dr. Drew. 4 strokes with my brother is my favorite. Great, more riddles.
Hello, Shaggy.
I see what he's doing. Here.
Shaggy
It's like
too
me
dope.
saying that. Hey, Tom Segura, invite me on the podcast so I can try it out with you and Dr. Drew. 4 strokes with my brother is my favorite. Is that like he wants us to have a threesome and 4
I think he's
strokes?
talking about different strokes, season 4.
He's talking about fucking. Because remember, he was talking about Dr. Drew was like fucks bitches like crazy.
Yeah, yes.
And fucking, he's like, so I could try it out with you and Dr. Drew? Like what? Like a fucking dude 3-way? That's what. And then 4 strokes with him. So 2 apiece, or is that 4 total? Or like 4 strokes per each of us? Or do we each get 2 strokes?
Okay, so here's the deal. I love these guys.
I know you do. You're friends with them.
Where is Violent J?
Dr. Drew is like fucks bitches like crazy.
That's my favorite.
And
is
you know what?
that-
Last time I saw Shaggy, he had a lot of back problems, and he looks like himself right
Oh.
now, which is good. I love to see that. But yeah, my Juggalo buddies.
You're juggling. And don't you love how it went from like Dr. Drew and his wife get down a few times a week to
Many-
Dr. Drew fucks bitches like crazy. I love how this rumor mill
wrote it down.
Yeah, to get the verbiage right. Like you're now an international playboy, apparently.
Well, you know, Shaggy and Violent J are not guys that mince their words.
No, I know they're awesome.
So I keep saying I want to go to the what's the big convention?
The Juggalo
Gathering at the
The
He
gathering.
knows.
The
Nadav
gathering.
has been.
You've been to?
No, I haven't been. It's just on my bucket list.
Oh, I thought you went to it.
I went to an ICP show to see what it's like. I mean, it's just as crazy as I thought it would be.
Yeah.
And yeah, next thing is to go to the gathering.
So
Wow.
that would be something that we would get a little camera crew together, and Nadav and I would go to the gathering.
Only you and Nadav.
Dude, I would so go to the
Oh
gathering.
my god!
Yeah,
How many
yeah.
days is this? The gathering.
2 days, but I would need security.
Yeah,
It's
you
that
would.
kind of thing. But I love me some Juggalos.
I heard that if they know it's your first time, they spray you with Fago.
Or they spray with Fago when it's your first time, your 100th time.
Oh, okay. So
Fago's that's the. If you come out of the gathering with just a bunch of Fago on you, I would consider that a giant
Really?
accomplishment.
What do they do? They come on you there?
No, they throw shit at you. They swing at you. Right, Nadav, what else might happen?
I don't know. I heard cum. I heard lots of coming.
Seriously?
Really? I didn't know that.
Stop.
But I know
was just
that if
joking.
you can't be. Here's what I know: you can't pose as a juggalo,
Yeah, no, it's real.
but you can't not be participatory.
Got you.
So you're screwed. I'm screwed, especially either way. So I have to kind of be kept away. 'Cause
Yeah.
If I were to paint it up like Shaggy, that would not.
How
go
can they
well.
see? Here's the thing I'm thinking, because like they must be able to tell who the posers are. Like when I was goth, you're like, oh, that's a fucking weekender.
Yes.
Like you knew right away. Like
Yeah.
their gear is not on point.
Right,
their
that guy with the
makeup.
tattoo, the juggalo tattoos on his face.
Yeah.
He'd do well.
You do, because that's real. Yeah,
Yeah,
dude.
it's commitment.
Yeah, if you've got
Juggalo
tattoos,
life.
you're totally
Yeah.
down for the cause. Wow. Well, what if we just painted you? I mean,
I think it would have to be done. Would
So
have
much
to be
fun.
done with the juggalo committee. You know, juggalos would have to decide what
They-
was the approach.
could Shaggy give you-
I couldn't pose as a juggalo. You understand?
what if Shaggy gave you like the stamp of approval? You know what I mean? Like, what if he ordained?
It would have to be something like that. But then he could be sabotaging me to set me up.
Oh wow! You think
Yeah.
he'd do that? You guys
Not
are bros.
intention. Well, but just for fun. You know,
Yeah.
those guys think a lot of funny things are funny.
There you go. There's your juggalo tats.
Yeah, let's just get some hatchet dudes like on your guns. You know, well, they'll
Yeah,
let
but
us right in.
they can't be like what's the henna? They have to be a tattoo.
Yeah, that's gotta be
or,
the,
Ooh, Drew, let's
that
get you
guy.
this one.
Yeah, that's a committed dude.
Is that is a juggalo
Burglary
tattoo?
suspect. I was gonna say he's got to be in prison now.
I didn't know that was a juggalo tattoo.
No, not really. I don't. Ooh, look at
That's the symbol.
These
of,
are. Oh my God, it's a baby juggalo.
Aw. Now, what do they stand for? The juggalos? Is it just like party and like good vibes and stuff, like Lollapalooza was?
that. Yeah, it's a little more
Like
freedom,
hedonistic.
freedom seeking.
Yeah,
Yeah,
cool,
yeah.
good. All right.
All right, voice message.
Hey, I'm Katie. I'm a big fan of
Katie.
the show. Hey, mommy.
Hey.
So I've been living with this guy, and I'm worried that I have a gaping vagina, and I don't know how you get a gaping vagina or if there's any way to treat it. And so I'm wondering if you can tell me what caused it. Can you get it from having sex with a large teen dildo, and how to treat it if you have it. All right. Bye, Hitlers.
You don't. There's no such thing as a gaping vagina.
Really?
There's just vagina.
Really?
And they come in different themes and flavors and things.
Yeah.
But it's designed to take the head of a baby and
I
then
know.
go back to normal.
And it's not
And
normal.
Well, the only thing that is abnormal-ish, I will show you, is the bottom part kind of stretches a little.
Gets meatier.
This
Yeah.
part down
Yep.
here.
Yep.
So there's a little spreading at the base.
Yep.
You know, but it's generally.
But that's what she's talking
Yeah, I'm
about,
saying
is that
she-
all the
she had
meat
a-
comes out, all the
But has she had a
loose
baby?
meat. She did not mention.
No,
she
she
said that
didn't.
it's from fucking her.
No, it
big-
isn't. That doesn't
her
happen.
Vagina
That does
dildo.
not happen. That does not happen. And vagina is designed to take a lot more and keep on ticking.
A lot of abuse.
Yes.
But is she maybe noticing that it looks meatier to her? Like maybe like what you said.
I
like
think
the
she's just insecure. Women are very insecure about the vaginas.
I know,
and
it's
they
so
have
sad
it's
because men
ridiculous.
don't give a shit.
They do not care.
They fucking don't
No,
care.
there's zero.
May I please see? Would you just Google
Gaping
gaping
vagina.
vagina just to see if? I know that it's when people open it in porn, right? Which is I don't want to see prolapse. She's not saying it's a prolapse.
No, she didn't say prolapse.
Don't click on that. But-
Gaping. There you go. Oh, no. Here we go.
Oh, that's
a prolapse.
cervix.
That's a prolapse.
Yeah, don't not that. I
That's
think she just means meaty. Can you take that off, please?
So,
Is that a cervix? Was
yeah,
that a cervix?
That's a cervix
Yeah.
prolapsing out of the vagina.
Yeah.
So.
Ooh.
There you go. Is that a?
That's meaty, but that looks like a baby's about to come out of it.
Yeah, but that could just be her, right? That could be.
And but her butthole looks puckery.
Yeah, that's a little.
Thanks, Nadav. Thanks.
I'm just trying to.
Why didn't Tom share all this stuff with us?
We're
on the live
good.
show? So, the interesting thing to me is I've had women complaining after childbearing that they want to go back to the normal. They
It's
want
not gonna happen.
well, there's surgeries they can do, and there's some of them are laser, and there's various different techniques. And they always say the same thing. First of all, the husbands are always standing there going, "You don't need to. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine."
Yeah.
Literally, no. The husbands are never complaining.
No.
And she's always saying, "I want it to look like the magazines."
Yes.
That's what they always
that's
say.
sad.
Which is unnecessary, and you can get scarring and stuff from repairing stuff.
I
Not-
wouldn't
it's
even
not-
do it.
don't do it.
And truthfully too, if you're listening and you have had a baby, I would say it takes more than a year for your vag to recover. Your body takes a year, but I would say it wasn't really until like 2 years that I felt like it's more normal, right? Back to normal.
Yeah.
But you're right. It's not the same. Wait, it's open a little because of your hips your bones, right?
There's a little stretching at the bottom.
That's what happened.
The skin actually stretches there, and that's it.
Wow. But I think women we don't see each other's vaginas as often. I think maybe
except you see the magazines where there's,
which is bullshit.
Pre-baby.
Yeah. So, but I'm saying that in the locker room, men see each other's penises more than women see other vaginas. We don't see other women's vaginas.
You mean mirrors and looking?
No, and it's harder.
Men put their leg up on the cabinets.
Right. So we don't have a frame of reference for what's a gaping vagina versus just a vagina.
Yeah. Don't worry about gaping vaginas.
Men don't give a shit, sweetie.
Yes,
they don't give a rip. No man has kicked you out of bed for a gaper.
No.
Or being overweight a little either. They don't care.
Voicemail.
Hey, Doctor, Mommy.
Hey,
my name is Matt G. I have a question about rats and the coronavirus.
Oh.
I have 2 pet rats who hang out with us all day on the couch and cuddle and sleep and whatnot. And I was wondering if them developing a respiratory illness or appearing sick might be a sign of me and my fiance having the coronavirus but being asymptomatic.
Ooh,
super interesting.
I can't find a lot of info online.
Yeah.
Thank you. Let me know.
I
Keep
don't.
mine tight.
Hey, buddy. I don't believe so. Animals can get the coronavirus, but they tend not to get sick from it. So as far as we know, they get it, can't transmit it, don't get sick. And that's what I've talked to a couple of veterinarians about it. That's what that was their general opinion about it. So I would not look at that as a reason to suggest that you have asymptomatic COVID. If you think you have had COVID or been exposed, get the damn test. You can always get the rapid antigen test. It's less expensive. It's quick.
That's the swab.
They're all swabs, but there's the cheek swabs, the nose swabs. There's a bunch of different swabs. The PCR is the really accurate one.
Okay. Rats are interesting because why do we study rats? Why?
Because they reproduce fast. They're mammals. They're not Drosophila. They're not fruit flies. They're a mammalian system, and they're just the first easiest system to use. And then you try to go to primates after that, or humans. Let's talk about guy jumping on shark. That sounds crazy to me.
This guy's a maniac. Yeah.
Hey, we're in neutral.
Uh-oh.
We're in reverse.
Oh my God! What the hell?
Yeah, he's a smart guy.
That was a bad idea. Oh. On the boat, Ryder.
What was he gonna do?
Oh, I touched it. Holy fuck! Get on the boat. Oh. Dude, that's not a basking shark, dude. What?
That's like a thresher.
It's supposed to be a great white.
No. Keep going. Let's see.
That's it. So they thought it was a basking shark, which doesn't attack humans.
What happened next? How do we?
These videos, the thing with TikTok is that they don't give you a full story. It's a snippet of a horror event.
Wow.
Isn't that wild?
Oh boy. Look at that
Yeah,
thing.
that's a great white.
Maybe. There's a lot of stuff kind of looks like that. So, but yes, let's hope.
Yeah, look at how big that is.
That's a huge shark.
Oh my God.
The tail doesn't look great white to me. That's all I'm saying. I'm hoping.
Scary.
I'm hoping it just, they got to pull the guy on board.
It's very scary.
All right. Another voice message.
Hey, Dr. Drew. This is Jacob. I have a question about cum.
Here we go,
so
Christina.
I cum a lot.
Oh, good.
It is, I would say,
like,
not necessarily heavy R level, maybe not even E-fuck.
It's a website.
But this is maybe X-hamster in the kind of crazy category amount of cum. And it's white. It looks like cum, but it's not the kind of thick white I see in porn. And I'm wondering, a lot of these people I've met they never wanted to swallow me or anything like that. So I'm trying to wonder if I should be seeing a doctor about this, if it's getting to be too bad, or if I can kind of just coast and have a big load, and that's how it's going to be.
It's how it's going to be.
Should I have someone touch my prostate? I would like to know now, so I can do some mental and emotional preparation. Thank you, as always.
I mean, if you're over 50, you should have somebody touch your prostate. Just check for prostate cancer. That's all.
He's asking, if that is a sign of maybe needing to get your prostate checked.
No.
No.
Yes, I think that's what he means. No. Congratulations. You just have big seminal vesicles. You produce a lot of prostatic fluid rapidly. It's thin, and it's no big deal.
He just makes a lot of white.
What's interesting to me, though, is the preoccupation with the white. In the way it's always been, as long as I've been doing Loveline, it was always, men, am I normal? Am I normal? Am I normal?
Yeah.
But before the am I normal was, really more about preferences and boner function. Now it's white. Is that a progression or is that a devolution?
Let's walk through this. So in the 90s, the preoccupation was with what? Am I
Boner.
normal? Do I have a boner?
No, yeah,
Can
I lose a boner once in a while. Is it last long enough? Am I coming too quickly? Am I
Oh
coming too
yeah,
long?
there's a lot of premature ejaculation was huge on Loveline when I was back in the day. Now, is that because of like drugs have been invented to deal with boner issues since then? Viagra's become
interesting,
readily
but
available.
You'd still, if you were 19, still be asking,
You
"Am I normal? Am I normal? Am I normal?" Because that's what the men want to know. Am I normal? Am I normal? But now the "am I normal" revolves around the white, which we did not. I guess that's progress.
But if
we're
you
sort
listen,
of moving through the animal kingdom, as it were. We're moving through the different functions.
Yes, but if you listen to his references, he goes, it's not. What's that R?
Like,
heavy R,
yeah.
which is a porn site. It's not Hamster X or whatever the fuck. It's not. So he's listing pornography
So he's
sites.
right. So these guys have been exposed to pornography.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So I think it's like they're comparing their white
Interesting. So
to other
in
whites.
back in the Loveline day,
Yeah.
it was they were actually with a human being and we're talking about performance and wondering if they were normal.
Right.
Now everyone's stuck in their basement with their porn, and now that's their frame of reference.
Yeah.
This is not progress. I take it all back.
Oh my God, you just clicked in my mind. You're right. This has been a pandemic where everyone's been home jaying their D's. That's why we're getting all these white questions. Like, duh. Oh, okay. All these guys are like, I'm fucking white.
All the white questions. I'm disturbed.
Yeah, it's because everyone's home alone, jaying their D. Wild, man. That's wild. I wish cum solved this whole pandemic.
Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah, that'd be fucking amazing.
Yeah. Oh, let me see. What else we got here? Give me another TikTok while I'm
If
screwing
Josh
around here.
comes, we solve COVID.
Oh, yeah, here's a good one.
When's Josh gonna come?
I know. That's when we solve COVID.
Listen,
Ooh,
you TikTok fucking losers,
Oh,
and I mean
again?
you're fucking losers. Most of you are liars, cheats, and thieves. And as an older person, I fucking know this. So eat shit and die. Keep your...
What you don't know is how the hell to do TikTok, though.
Right. So it bothers me when I see older people on the talk who really don't understand it. And he's taking it very personally, these comments and who's following. It's like,
do you think that...
Is this stupid?
Does that also mean that TikTok gets a little more traffic than, say, Twitter? Like on Twitter, they don't get the volume of shitty comments that say, I get.
So Twitter, yeah, nobody gets it the way, yeah.
Thank you.
Twitter's different, right? You put it's your opinion, and then it's counter opinion and
But also
psychotic
not everybody
attacks.
sees it. I feel like TikTok, because it's scrolling constantly, more people get exposed to it.
Yes, and it's also something you could post something innocuous like having a great day. I enjoy eating ravioli. Pfft, your ravioli fucking sucks.
Yeah,
You're like,
yeah.
okay, I don't even know why I did that. And then there people are like, why are you getting mad at me? I'm just posting my ravioli dinner. So they don't understand the hostility.
I'm 15. I recently found out that not every guy has white spots on their penis.
Back to the white. Oh, white
I
spots.
like that we have
on there?
15-year-old listeners, though. It's good.
Penis, yeah.
I did some research. I definitely have pearly penile papules.
Oh, we've covered this. Yes.
I know that it is not dangerous, but would like to know if there's any reason I have this. Can it go away on its own? P.S. Love the show. Support the rational revolution. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Look, a 15-year-old's with it. Come on.
I love it.
Come on. Get your peers
Hey,
in on
and
this.
you know, someone wrote in, hey, it's not just the young kids. Stop shitting on. All right, I'm sorry. It's not just the youngsters.
What?
Okay?
The what?
That are doing this wokeism shit. It's a lot of people. Millennials, Xers, Yers, Gen Y.
And that, you have to almost, you kind of ask
Stupid.
why
It's
some of the
everybody.
ones that suddenly, the people I've known, like liberals I've known my whole life, liberal like I consider myself, who suddenly like hate free speech and are coming on doing all these things that are illiberal. I mean, when did you? These are not young people.
Or they're doing the moral whatever
Signaling.
thing in public, and then in
Yeah.
private they're just being regular.
Oh God!
Talking like we are on microphone.
Pearly penile papules are really just essentially just clogged sebaceous glands. They're nothing. They come and go. They usually kind of stay.
May I see the image of
a pearly penile papule? They can look kind there you go.
Oh, so they look like genital warts, which will
They
probably
do.
scare the crap
Yes.
out of people.
Those are sort of extreme ones, of course.
Always.
Keep going.
Whenever you Google image search, it's the extreme version.
Yeah. They're usually a little more subtle, and they can occur even at the base of the penis too. But the kind of ones that people notice are around the corona there. And
It's just skin.
it's
Skin
clogged glands.
stuff,
It's clogged
yeah.
glands. And the difference, you can tell them, that's on the testicle, though. Anyway, the fact is that they are different than warts in that they are flatter and they're not as verrucous, wart-like, and they're not symmetrical and circumferential with the pearly penile papillae.
Verrucous.
Verrucasalt.
Verrucasalt.
Like verrucasalt, yeah.
Like in Willy Wonka. There's a black painter.
Hey, do we have any TikTok?
TikTok, you don't stop. Crazy motherfucker. You have so many windows open.
Oh,
Just
my
want
God.
to say hi to everyone. Hope everybody's having a blessed day. And I love everyone.
I feel so
Get
bad.
y'all on the flip flop.
Get you on the flip flop.
I
Now,
feel so bad for him.
question.
Yes.
Is he recording himself like this so that it's all squished down, or is he recording
I don't
upright?
know, but what is his? That's his finger stuck
in his tits, yeah.
Oh man.
I know, he's so fat.
Oh, is there more?
No, that was just it. It's like, again, these are all like sampler crackers of crazy.
I don't know that he's crazy.
Whores to overs.
He's sad. How could he even see out of those eyes?
Yeah, I know.
Like, it's so fat, it's like it's over his eyelids.
That's what's interesting about it, is that the fat just covers his eyes and stuff.
It makes me wonder. It's so extreme on his face. If the corticosteroids cause that.
Oh, right, like he's sick, and that's yeah.
In fact, he
possibly.
walked in. I go, "Do you have Cushing's disease? Let's check your cortisol."
Mm.
All right, give me another one.
Yeah, that one bummed you out. I
It
can
did.
tell.
Uh-oh.
Here you go.
Uh-oh.
Hold on, let me get my glasses on.
Is this the Queen guy?
He's
Oh,
back.
yeah.
I couldn't see what it is. Oh, it's one of my beautiful queens above 18.
It's good.
Well,
It's
good
coy.
morning, dear. You look so beautiful today. You on your way to work or on your way to college?
This is where you schooled me last couple shows
okay.
ago.
You have a beautiful day.
Look at the sparkles
You
around
enjoy
it.
your time out. And remember, the king loves you above 18. You look very beautiful today.
Oh my God.
Do you think?
I got the chills. Like,
Do you think younger girls are somehow more attracted to this? Like,
Yes.
like particularly abandoned girls,
yes, I
like
was
no
gonna
dad.
say,
Yeah.
It's the daddy issues
Yeah.
lane, and he's perfectly dialed into this demographic now. My queen's above 18, and he's playing daddy. It's so. And what is this around his neck? Was that his scarf? His
go
mask?
back.
Because he's a little husky too in the neck, and I worry that that's cutting the circulation around his neck.
Yeah, but why does it sparkle?
Because it's a filter he puts on.
Is that, or is he just a cool dude with a scarf on?
No, it's a
Is that a
filter.
tattoo on his chest too? Is that what I'm seeing?
I think
here?
that's just hair.
No, it's just a lot of hair.
Under that hair, it looks dark.
Oh, I think that's a neck meat fold.
Oh, but what's with this? I don't know.
Neck meat.
I'm gonna be hard pressed to say that's a mask. I think it's like a scarf.
Gosh, it's awfully tight though.
Yes, it is.
It's not flattering. I'm just trying to say, here's what I've learned as a middle-aged woman. Like, you have to spend the money on the right clothes because it'll really make you look better. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're 20, you can wear a garbage bag and you're hot. You really have to think it through.
Well, I would urge you also to help your husband because we need help. Because I
help my husband looks great. Don't you think?
Yes.
Oh,
But
yeah.
what I'm saying is we can't do that on our own.
No,
we
that's-
just. I was recently schooled up a little bit, and
Really?
Yeah, I was.
What about?
Wearing a shirt that was, whatever. It was just.
You always look good, though. I think
she was right.
Susan's good with you.
But she's like, she's a perfectionist,
Yeah.
and so it's like I resist all that, but I know she's right, so I have to like take it in.
Well, I will say that you looked great on camera for many years, and thank you, Susan.
Well,
because-
thank you, Susan, for sure, because
Yeah.
it was a story behind that. We were she would always like just be on me. You're not looking at the camera. I'm like, I'm a doctor. I don't do that shit. I'm not worried about that. And one day we were at the Hard Rock Hotel in Las Vegas, and they played MTV all the time. Well, when Loveline came on, it was on a huge screen there. And she goes, look, And she made me watch it. And she goes,
God,
look at how Diane Farr looks at the camera and how Diane dresses, how she holds herself and what she looks at. And then look at you and Adam. He goes, you think that looks good? And at first I was like, you're not the boss of me, man.
Yeah.
And then I looked, I'm like, oh my God, she's so right. I have to pay attention.
You do.
So.
You know what's interesting is, have you watched Drew Barrymore's new hosting
little bit
talk show? I love Drew Barrymore. I think she's a fantastic actor. I think she's so talented.
But?
However, talk show host is a gig. And people think that if you can act,
I've had a talk show.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. It is not.
Goes.
It is a skill set, and it's very callous of executives to be like, yeah, just go do that.
Well, they did it to Magic Johnson. Remember?
Get the fuck out of here! That was a nightmare.
Right.
He just wasn't.
He's the nicest man in the world. He's the greatest guy. Everyone loves him. Let's give him a talk show.
It is a skill, and even doing this, like being yourself and talking and doing topics and shit. These are all different skill sets in show business. It just kills me.
Yeah.
And poor Drew. It's it's not.
And by the way, here's the biggest mistake they make. This is the typical mistake. Drew comes on. What's the other Carrie Underwood? No, the other talk show.
Kelly Clarkson. Kelly Clarkson.
Drew shows up on Kelly Clarkson. It's fantastic. That's magic. They're together. It's we get the ratings spike. Blah 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 blah. Being a guest on a talk show is that's another skill set. Another skill set than being a host on a talk show.
Oh,
completely. And I urge anyone who has designs towards doing talk shows, do a podcast or a radio show for a couple of years first.
Or I would say take a class. There are classes in Los Angeles.
Really?
This girl, what's her name? Marky Costello.
On hosting?
100%. Marky Costello. It is Abbott Costello's great granddaughter.
Oh, I want.
If you're listening to this and you want to be a host,
let's go do it.
I'm taking this class. This bitch is amazing.
Really?
I train with her. I got cast immediately. I started booking hosting gigs because of Marky Costello. I'm telling Drew Barrymore, you need to go find Marky.
What are the kind of the things that she...
So there's a million things. You ever see a host talking in a camera and they do this with their hands?
Oh, yeah.
She says, don't do vagina hands. She's like got this great, brash. Don't do vagina hands.
Yeah.
Chin down.
Yeah.
When you look down the barrel, you do this. I don't need to tell you this.
I know what I know. You know what I mean? But I don't know what I don't know.
But how long did it take you to learn chin down, no vagina hands?
I still...
Fucking years.
Still get coached up about the chin down all the time.
Right, but it takes someone to tell...
And stuff and, whatever.
Anyway, she's got a million secrets. Marky Costello, if you ever want to be a host.
So with that piece of wisdom, we will leave you guys for this week. Thank you for being here. Thank you for the emails. Thank you for the voice messages. Thank you to those of you on TikTok that let us talk about you all.
Yes.
I cannot help but feel bad about most of the stuff I see on video on TikTok. I know we're in the right spot when I feel that way because my tenure on Your Mom's House started with feeling bad.
Yeah.
So I know that feeling bad is about where I should be.
Yeah.
So good job this week.
You got it. You're with the comedians now. We don't give a fuck.
All that work is paid off for the National Revolution.
And thank you for supporting the revolution. We look forward to seeing you again.
More visual imagery.
We love it.
We're pushing it out. We appreciate it very much. And we need to come up with our platform.
I think we know what the platform.
Right and wrong exist.
It's
right and wrong exist.
Farts do push the shit out.
What?
Farts push the shit out. I know that you're lying to me about that. I feel it.
Can you fart without shitting?
Barely.
Leave it at that. See you next time.
All conversations and information exchanged during participation of the Dr. Drew After Dark podcast or interaction on the drdrew.com website is intended for educational and entertainment purposes only. Do not confuse this with treatment or physician medical advice or direction per se. You must always follow your medical professional's advice and direction. Nothing on these podcasts or posted on this site supplements or supersedes the relationship and direction of your medical caretakers. Please understand, I am not playing the role of physician in this environment per se. I'm educating. I am a licensed physician with specialty boards in American Board of Internal Medicine and American Board of Addiction Medicine.